trio of 3 actual brothers who make good hip-hop music. That's my Twitter bio. But basically, in a nutshell, because everybody be ODing when they ain't on there. But that's what we are, man. We 3 brothers who came up with hip-hop. Truth and I being mostly born, well, not born, Truth was born in New York, I was born in North Carolina, but we went to school here, redhead, from elementary on. Powerful, on the other hand, more so came up in Brooklyn in his early years, and then came and been back and forth. So you hear that influence in our music. You'll hear, if you hear like a New York type of accent, most of the time that's powerful. Maybe some patois in there, that's powerful. East New York, you know what I'm saying? So although he's gone to school out here, he's been back and forth with us. We felt like he's been here the whole time. His Brooklyn zone for him. You understand what I'm saying? So you hear that in our music. So, but we're physical brothers. Like we came up, we slept in the same bed, same house, 7 in the same room. Like that's how we came up. So that's our first sense. It's family. You know what I'm saying? So that's the foundation. The music is kind of is like a hybrid of us loving and coming up with hip hop music, of us being back and forth to New York all our lives because our family is from New York, our grandparents from New York, our parents are from New York, and us just taking a liking to that. So us getting into music, I started writing early. I think I wrote my first rhyme in like 89, but it wasn't, you know, nothing serious. It was called My Limo. It was just something we had to tape recorder with the red button and play, had to record and play. True wasn't even rhyming then, but that's when I first, he started rhyming a few years after that, but that's when I first delved into actually trying to create music on my own. Before then, it was just basically just rapping what's on the videos and imitating that. True, if you want to take from here? It's been around, take it to 93, 94.
That's funny. That's when, I guess this brother is a heavy influence. When I really list my rappers that influenced me, like Rakim is on the list, this brother, my big brother is on the list, and our friend Substantial, who's out of Maryland, who's heavily favored in Japan, but he's our executive producer. But during that time, himself, Substantial, and a few other guys had a group, and this group, their rehearsal space was in our living room. They used to come over. They were like 2 years ahead of me in school, so I was still in middle school at this time. Actually, I was in 7th grade, so this was like 96. And they in like 9th grade, but they'd come over every day when I come home from school.
93.
Yeah, 93, yeah, high school, yeah, 93, I'm sorry, you old head. Yeah, and I was in school in 96, so it's 94. So I come home, and on Tuesdays, they be busting open the new whatever came out, because every Tuesday some hip-hop project dropped. So they all be in there listening to Raekwon, or they had the samplers out. You come on in. They had the samplers out, and they be making beats and music. Back then, it was Gemini samplers, like the pause tape. And it was the most amazing thing for me to be in my living room, and they eat 50 chicken wings, mumbo sauce, and it's like 6 brothers, and they rapping, creating music. And I'm like, yo, I want to be down, but I can't be down, I'm too young. So I started writing. I ain't going to tell nobody my first rap name. I got it writing. They get in the competition. I get in the competition solo, this, that, and the third. So later on, the brother Substantial, I seen they were so good that they were offered a contract. And once money comes into play in any group, it's like, yo, that's why we brothers. You ain't gonna never hear that with Godzilla because our father gonna intervene. But so some people couldn't sign a contract, some people could. The people who gave the contract was trying to split the group up, like we think these artists are hot and these are not. So it was real ugly. Anyway, some people went venturing off and doing different rhyming. Substantial kept rhyming. My brother he's an engineer. He's super, like, he bright as y'all are. He was super in school. So he took time in school, like, I'm going to do school. Substantial moved to New York. That's when I got with UV.
Yeah.
You want to take it?
Yeah, well, around when we graduated from high school, like you said, we was 5 of us, and all of us were like 5, and to this day, I say it was 5 different styles, 5 different real good lyricists. We had a good thing there, but the contract came, we pitched them 5, they only wanted 3 signed, so I didn't sign it, Substantial didn't sign it, another brother of mine, Deadbird, didn't sign it. The 2 did sign it, they released the project, came on the Tower Records, what have you, but I still talk to most of the group today. But anyway, when we graduated, like he said, I went off to college. Substantial went to New York because that was the city of dreams at that point. When we were rapping in like 93, 94, we were hard at it. We'd been on the tables, rapping at lunchtime, coming home after school, making original music. But in Maryland, in the Maryland, D.C. area, nobody was rapping. So everybody was like, y'all in some New York band, what y'all doing? Everybody was go-go, everybody was in the everybody was in the go-go band or trying to be, that was the form of rapping, which I don't take away from because there are a couple good go-go rappers that came up in that scene. But what we were doing was looked at as just strictly New York. So it was only a small group of us. which takes us around to later on when I graduated. I went to college and I was like, I chilled on rap for a second. I wasn't actively writing. Truth at this time was still in school, high school, so he had more the flexibility. I was trying to really focus on school, trying to focus on school. But anyway, so at that time, Truth started going back and forth to New York and doing work with Substantial while I'm in school in Morgan State, the first couple of years. He's traveling, road trips to Atlanta. They're doing shows because at this point, Stan is a real entrepreneurial spirit. If y'all look up Substantial later on, y'all know what I'm talking about. But so he was doing all these moves from the beginning, from the Scan Group to the UV, taking it to the next level to go to New York, having a group of graphic designers, producers, artists, and everything. So Truth started going with them while I'm in school. Truth came back, I guess this was like, I want to say 98, 99, whatever, around up and up time. He came back. And played some of the music, I was like, oh my gosh. I'm like, because, when I had heard of it, the last time I had really heard Truth seriously doing it was like 94. So we was like, all right, Truth, you got some work to do. This thing, all right, that's cool, but I like that you writing. But when he came back, I was like, oh, I need to get back to my pen and start writing. I need this because he's about to surpass me. I ain't even been writing. Practice makes perfect. So when that happened, I was still in school, so I banded with some dudes up there I was rhyming with just to sharpen my sword, a group from Oxford Hill. Meanwhile, I was back in my groove. So we came up. Once they came, they ended up coming to Morgan too. So Truth and my other brother Victorious, who isn't in the group, they came to Morgan.